Hello everyone, today in this video I am going to deal with the 5th chapter of A Pact with Sun of class 6th. The title of this chapter is Tansen, and as the title of this chapter suggests, this chapter is about Tansen. The chapter gives us a biographical sketch of Tansen. He was one of the greatest musicians India has ever produced. This chapter gives us an account of his childhood and how he rose to become a greatest musician. So let's move to the story and let's read about Tansen. A singer called Mukandar Misra and his wife lived in Behad near Gwalior. Tansen was their only son. It is said that he was a naughty child. Often he ran away to play in the forest and soon learned to imitate perfectly the calls of birds and animals. So here we are informed about Tansen, that he was son of Mukandar Misra. His father's name was Mukandar Misra, and he belongs to Behad village, which is near Gwalior. Gwalior, it is located in Rajasthan. And Tansen, he was the only child of his parents. It means he was a single child of his parents. And as a child, he was very naughty. He was notorious. And whenever he gets time, what he used to do, he used to run into the forest. Perhaps there was a forest near his house. And whenever he gets chance, he used to escape into the forest in order to play. And as he used to play in the forest, and therefore as a result what happened, he learned the voice, the sound of many birds and animals very soon, as he was most of the time in the forest, and there he heard sound of different birds and animals, and slowly and gradually what he did, he started imitating. It means he started copying the sounds of birds and animals, and very soon he became expert of it. A famous singer named Swami Haridas was once traveling through the forest with his disciples. Tired, the group settled down to rest in a shady grove. Tansen saw them. So one day what happened? A famous singer of that time, whose name was Swami Das, he was passing through that forest with his disciples. Disciples, it means with his followers. So he was passing through that forest, and the group of that singers, they were feeling tired, they were exhausted, as it may be that they have walked for a longer period of time, and therefore they were feeling exhausted and tired. So therefore what they did, they took a halt, they stopped for few hours in order to take a rest in that forest. Which forest? The forest which was near the house of Tansen. So the group, which was led by Swami Haridas and his followers, all of them settled down. They waited for few period of time in that forest in order to take a rest, as they all were exhausted. So Tansen, he was also in the forest, and he saw that group of singers taking rest in the forest. Strangers in the forest, he said to himself, it will be fun to frighten them. He hid behind a tree and roared like a tiger. So as soon as Tansen saw strangers in the forest, strangers here refers to the group of singers which was led by Swami Haridas. So as soon as he saw them, as in the very first paragraph it is being said that he was a very naughty child, so what came to his mind? He thought that he should frighten them, he should make them afraid, he should play a prank to them. So therefore what he did, in order to make them afraid, what he did, he hid himself behind a tree. Here you can see in this picture, he is behind the tree, and from there what he did, as he was expert in producing sounds of different animals and birds, so what he did, hiding himself behind the tree, he started roaring like a tiger. So he started producing sound of tiger. The little group of travelers scattered in fear, but Swami Haridas called them together. Don't be afraid, he said. Tigers are not always dangerous. Let us look for this one. So the group of singers, as soon as they heard the roaring sound of tiger, all of them became afraid. And out of fear, they all started running here and there. So as soon as they started running and here and there out of fear, Swami Haridas, who was the leader of that group, he asked them not to run here and there. He asked them not to be afraid. And he said to them that it is not necessary that all the tiger would be dangerous. It is not that all the time tiger harm the people. So don't be afraid, don't panic, don't run here and there. Just wait and watch that whether this tiger is harmful or not. Suddenly one of his men saw a small boy hiding behind a tree. There are no tigers here, master, he said, only this naughty boy. So as all of them settled down after hearing the words of Swami Haridas, what happened? One of the men of his group, he saw Tansen. He saw Tansen hiding behind the tree and roaring like lion. So he caught Tansen and he took him to Swami Haridas and said him that Guruji, it's not tiger here, but he was the boy who was hiding behind the tree and roaring like lion. Only this naughty boy. It means there was no tiger, but this boy was there hiding behind the tree and he was roaring like lion in order to frighten us. Swami Haridas did not punish him. He went to Tansen's father and said, your son is very naughty. He is also very talented. I think I can make him a good singer. So when Swami Haridas he came to know about Tansen, that he was the one who was hiding behind the tree and roaring like tiger. Instead of being angry, instead of scolding him, what he did? He took Tansen to his father and he said to him that no doubt your son is very naughty, but at the same time he is very talented. Talented, it means perhaps he has seen some qualities of a good singer in that boy. As he was a great musician, a great singer, and therefore perhaps he has identified some of the qualities which a singer, which a musician should have, and he have found those qualities in Tansen. Therefore he went to his father and he asked him, he informed him that no doubt your boy is naughty, your son is naughty, but at the same time he is very talented. And he says that he can be a good singer. Tansen was 10 years old when he went away with Swami Haridas. He lived with him for 11 years, learning music and became a great singer. So as in the previous paragraph, we come to know that Swami Haridas, he has informed his father, whose father? Tansen's father, that he had an ability to be a great musician. So perhaps his father agreed to Swami Haridas and he allowed him to take Tansen with him. And this boy, Tansen, he was just 10 years old at that time. And that day, he went away with Swami Haridas and he stayed with him for 11 years learning music. So he stayed with Swami Haridas, he became his disciple and he learned music from him. And finally, he became a great singer. About this time, his parents died. Mukundan Misra's dying wish was that Tansen should visit Muhammad Ghaus of Gwalior. So by the time he has finished his training, his education from Swami Haridas, his parents died. And his father's wish was that Tansen should pay visit to Muhammad Ghaus of Gwalior. Muhammad Ghaus was a holy man. Mukandar Misra had long been devoted to him and often visited him. While living in Gwalior with Muhammad Ghaus, Tansen was often taken to the court of Rani Mrignani, who was a great musician herself. There he met and married one of the ladies of the court. Her name was Hussaini. So, in order to satisfy the last wish of his father, what did Tansen did? He went to Muhammad Ghaus of Gwalior. And Muhammad Ghaus, he was a holy man, it means he was a saint. And his father, he was a great follower of Muhammad Ghaus. So he went to Muhammad Ghaus, and as his father was a disciple of Muhammad Ghaus, and even his father's last wish was that his son, that is Tansen, should visit Muhammad Ghaus and he should become his disciple. He followed the wish of his father and he went to Muhammad Ghaus and he became a disciple of Muhammad Ghaus. From there, Muhammad Ghaus, he used to always take Tansen to the court of Rani Mrignani. It is the name of a queen whose name was Rani Mrignani. So Muhammad Ghaus, very often he paid visit to the court of Rani Mrignani, and Tansen, he very often, he always accompany him. And Rani Mrignani, she was herself a great musician. Therefore perhaps she wanted Tansen, or she loved the company of Tansen. So his visit to the court of Rani Mrignani was very frequent. He paid visit very often over there, and there he found a lady whose name was Hussaini, and later on he got married to this lady whose name was Hussaini. So Hussaini became his wife. Hussaini also became Swami Haridas' disciple. Tansen and Hussaini had 5 children who were all very musical. Tansen had by this time become very famous. Sometimes he sang before Emperor Akbar, who was so impressed by him that he insisted Tansen should join his court. So after getting married to Hussaini, Hussaini is the wife of Tansen. She also became disciple of Swami Haridas. Who is Swami Haridas? Swami Haridas is the guru of Tansen, from whom he has learnt music. So after that, Tansen and Hussaini, they had 5 children after marriage, and all of them were very musical. It means all of them were interested in music. Even they were learning music, even they were great at music. So by this time, Tansen, he became very famous. Everyone knew him as a great musician, and his name reached even in the court of Emperor Akbar. He played music in front of Emperor Akbar also, and thereafter Akbar, he insisted him, he asked him, he requested him to join his court. Tansen went to Akbar's court in 1556 and soon became a great favorite of the emperor. Akbar would call upon Tansen to sing at any time during the day or night. Akbar, he was a great fan of Tansen, and therefore he asked him, he requested him to join his court. So finally, Tansen, he joined Akbar's court in 1556. And Emperor Akbar, he was a very big fan of Tansen, and therefore what he used to do, he used to ask Tansen to sing for him at any moment of day or night. It means at any moment of time he would ask him, he would request him to sing for him. Quite often he would just walk into Tansen's house to hear him practice. He also gave him many presents. So as it is being said that Emperor Akbar, he loved his voice. Therefore what he used to do, he used to visit Tansen house very often. It means he was paying visit to Tansen's house very frequently. While he used to practice, Akbar, he used to sit there listening him practicing his music. And as he was very happy with him, therefore he used to give him many presents, it means many valuable gifts. Some of the courtiers became jealous of Tansen. We shall never be able to rest till Tansen is ruined, they declared. One of the courtiers, Sokat Mia, had a bright idea. So as we have seen that Tansen has become one of the favorite courtier of Emperor Akbar. Therefore all other courtiers who were present in the court of Akbar, they became jealous of him. Why? Because he has become his first priority. He very frequently paid visit to his house, and as a result Akbar was not giving importance to other courtiers. And not only that, Tansen was being gifted heavily by Akbar. So all these things made other courtiers jealous of him. So therefore they devised a plan against Tansen. They thought that till the time Tansen will be there in the court, they will never get importance. They will never be asked by Akbar to do anything, as he was his favorite. So Sokat Mia, it's a name of one of the courtier who was there at the time of Tansen in Akbar court. So this man, this courtier Sokat Mia, he had an idea. He devised a plot against Tansen. So let's see what was that plot. Let us make him sing Rag Deepak, he said. How will that help us? Asked another man. So Sokat Mia, this was his plan. And what was his plan? That is, he said to the other courtiers that we should ask Tansen to sing Rag Deepak. In response to his statement, the other courtiers asked him that how it will help us. So let's see what reply he gave. If Rag Deepak is properly sung, it makes the air so hot that the singer is burnt to ashes. Tansen is very good singer. If he sings Rag Deepak, he will die and we will get rid of him. So this was the plot of Sokat Mia. So in this paragraph, the reason is being given that why he has selected Rag Deepak for Tansen. And what was the reason? He informs to the other courtiers that if Rag Deepak is properly sung, and he knows that Tansen is a very good singer, so definitely he will sing it properly. And as a result, what happens? While singing Rag Deepak, if it is sung properly, the air, the atmosphere becomes very hot, and as a result what will happen? The person who is singing that rag will catch fire and will turn into ashes. It means the person will be completely burnt. So this was the plan of Sokat Mia, that this is how he can get rid of Tansen. Sokat Mia went to Akbar and said, we don't think Tansen is a great singer. Let us test him. Tell him to sing Rag Deepak. Only the greatest singers can sing it properly. So Sokat Mia, he has already planned everything, and after that what he did? He went to Emperor Akbar in order to incite him against Tansen. And what he said? That I think that Tansen is not a good singer, and if he is a good singer, then ask him to sing Rag Deepak. And after that he added it that only the greatest singer can sing it. So if he is the greatest singer, then definitely he can sing it, and if you will sing it, then it will be proved that yes, he is a greatest singer. So if you think that he is the greatest singer, then ask him to sing Rag Deepak. Of course he can sing it. Tansen can sing anything, Akbar said. Tansen was afraid but could not disobey the king. Now Akbar, as in the previous paragraphs, we have seen that he was the greatest fan of Tansen. He was fond of Tansen, and therefore he was very much confident, and he said confidently to Sokat Mia that yes, he can of course sing it. He can sing anything. He is a very good singer. And therefore Akbar, he accepted the challenge And what he did, he asked Tansen to sing Rag Deepak without thinking of the consequences. Now, as Akbar has given his command, his order, and Tansen cannot defy his order, can't go against the king. So what he said? Very well, my lord, he said, but give me time to prepare myself. Tansen went home. He had never been more downcast and unhappy. I can sing raga, he told his wife, but the heat it gives off will not only set the lamps alight, it will also burn me to ashes. So Tansen, without saying if and but, what he did, he accepted the challenge and he said to the emperor that definitely he will sing it, but he asked for some time to prepare himself. In order to do preparation, in order to carry out the preparation to practice that rag, he asked Akbar to give him some time. And after that he left the court, he went to his home. When he returned his home that day, he was very much sad. He was very much unhappy. And he said to his wife the same thing what Sokat Mia has planned. He said to his wife that I can sing it, but the problem with that rag is that it is quite dangerous. If I will sing it, it will generate a huge amount of heat, and the heat will be strong enough to burn me to ashes. It means it will be so hot that even I can burn. So let's see. Now Tansen, he has promised Akbar, the emperor, that he will sing Rag Deepak. He can't deny him. But as he's a very good man, he's a good singer, then definitely he will come out with some or other ways in which he will sing the rag, and even he will be. Then he had an idea. If someone sings rag Megh at the same time and sings it properly, it will bring rain. Perhaps our daughter Saraswati and her friend Rupavati could do it, he said. So Tansen, he was very much tensed. He was unhappy. He was pondering that what can be done. Then he come up with an idea. And what was that idea? He said that if anyone will sing Rag Megh, Megh is cloud, Megh is rain. So he said that if anyone will sing Rag Megh at the same time, then what will happen? It will bring rain. And as a result, the heat which will be produced by Rag Deepak will be pacified. So for that, whom he selected? He selected Saraswati, who was his daughter, and her friend Rupavati. He taught the two girls to sing Rag Megh. They practiced night and day for 2 weeks. Tansen told him, you must wait till the lamp starts burning and then you start singing. So Tansen, he has selected Saraswati, his daughter, and her friend Rupavati for singing Rag Megh. So he gave them lesson that how to sing Rag Megh, and both of that girls, they practiced Rag Megh for 2 weeks. Continuously, day and night, here it means continuously. So both of them practiced Rag Megh for 2 weeks continuously. And Tansen, he told them that you will start singing Rag Megh at the time when the lamp starts burning. So he said to them that as soon as the lamp which was kept over there starts burning, you will have to start your Rag Megh. You will have to start singing Rag Megh. So it was a sort of indication for them that now the atmosphere has become enough hot. The legend goes that on the appointed day, the whole town assembled to hear Tansen sing Rag Deepak. When he began to sing, the air became warm. Soon people in the audience were bathed in perspiration. So the day which was decided for singing Rag Deepak, that day the people of whole town has assembled over there. Why they have assembled? In order to see Tansen singing Rag Deepak, which was one of the most difficult rag. So Tansen, he went to the court and he started singing. So as soon as he started singing, what happened? The air became very warm. It was unbearable. The heat which it produced was unbearable. And as a result, what happened? The audience who were present over there, they bathed in perspiration. Perspiration, it means sweat. So they started sweating. Why? Because Tansen was singing Rag Deepak, and it's nature to produce heat in the atmosphere. So the atmosphere has become quite hot, and as a result, the audience who were present over there, they started sweating. The leaves on the trees dried up and fell to the ground. As the music continued, birds fell dead because of the heat, and the water in the river began to boil. People cried out in terror as flames shot up out of nowhere and lighted the lamps. So Tansen, he was singing Rag Deepak, and as a result, what happened? The atmosphere became so dry, it became so hot, and therefore, as a result, the leaves which were there on the trees, it started burning. It dried up and were falling continuously on the ground. And the birds which were present there on the branches of the tree, even they started dying, and the waters in the river started boiling. So from this you can imagine the amount of heat which was produced by Rag Deepak. And suddenly what happened? The lamp which was kept over there, it started burning without any fire. Usually what we used to do, we used to light the lamp with the matchbox with the fire. But there was no fire, but out of itself the lamp started burning. So it was a sort of horror, it was a sort of surprise to the villagers, to the audience who were present over there. And as soon as they saw it, they started crying, they started shouting out of terror. Out of terror, it means they were terrorized, they were quite frightened. Why they were frightened? Because the atmosphere has become very hot and the lamp has started burning without any fire. At once Saraswati and Rupavati began to sing Rag Megh. The sky clouded over and rain came down. So as soon as the lamp which was kept there started burning, the girl Rupavati and Saraswati, both of them started singing Rag Megh as they were commanded by Tansen. And as soon as they started singing Rag Megh, what happened? The sky clouded, there was cloud in the sky, and it started raining. Tansen was saved. The story goes that he was very ill after this, and Akbar was very sorry that he had caused him so much suffering. So Tansen, he was successfully able to sing Rag Megh, and not only he was able to sing it, but at the same time he was able to save his life. So after singing Rag Deepak that day in the court, after that what happened? Tansen, he was ill, it means his health deteriorated. He was unwell for several days. So Akbar, he felt very sorry for this. Why? Because without thinking about the consequence of Rag Deepak, he has asked him to sing it, and as he was emperor, therefore Tansen could not deny him. So let's see what he did then. He punished Tansen's enemies. When Tansen got well, the entire city rejoiced. So Akbar, he punished all those courtiers, the enemies of Tansen, who has incited him, who has spoken against him. And as soon as Tansen got well, the entire city, all the people of that city rejoiced. It means they became very happy. Tansen remained Akbar's court singer till 1585 when he died. He composed several new ragas. Tansen's tomb is in Gwalior. It is the place of pilgrimage for musicians. So Tansen, he continued to be a singer of Akbar's court till he was alive, till 1585. He died in 1585 and till that time he was the court singer of Akbar only. And throughout his life he has composed several new ragas. Tansen, he died in 1585 and after his death a tomb was built in the city of Gwalior. Now this tomb, it is a pilgrimage for musicians. Here in this image, here you can see this is the Tansen's tomb, which is located in Gwalior, and Gwalior is in Rajasthan. So this is all about this story. See you in the next video.